Welcome back to Cali Wood Connect. I'm Mike, and today I'll be unboxing this Bambu A1 combo printer. We're gonna go ahead and box this together, and then we're gonna modify it. We're gonna put the AMS light mount on top, and also I'm going to be installing this chain link for one of the wires. I really like this chain link because I have my machines sitting really close to each other all the time, and I've had the wires rub and tug on each other when two machines are working at once. And this thing really keeps it in check, and I haven't had any issues since I've used it, and it looks really cool. And then for the AMS light mount, it basically mounts the AMS on top of the printer. It has reinforcements, so you don't have to worry about the printer head or the frame moving and shifting, because this thing does a really good job at holding it. I downloaded this from Maker World, from Bambu Labs. They create the file themselves. And then this one is someone else that made the file. We'll be giving them credit in our video. I'll be linking both of these in the description below. So stick around. Let's go ahead and unbox this A1 combo. We'll assemble it, we'll modify it, and then I'll tell you why I think the A1 is one of the best printers from Bambu. And that's just my opinion, but I've been printing for a while now. I have at least 15 of these. I haven't even counted, but I have at least 15 of these, and these things are just amazing. Like I have X1s, P1S, and I think this is definitely comparable to those, especially for the price. So stick around and let's get to this. First thing we want to do is unbox this. And I've done this quite a few times, so I have a little method if you want to follow along. This is our textured plate. I really love these things over all the other plates that I've used so far. Bed adhesion is just phenomenal on this thing. It like always sticks. I rarely ever have any failed prints. Due to the nature of the A1 and the way it works, the bottom bed moves, and it's not like the P1S or the X1C. So there's a lot more chances of your parts actually breaking and falling off of the bed. But this texture plate does a really good job at holding it. And at the same time, what I learned to do with the A1s, because the bottom moves and it's not like the X1 printer, I usually put a little extra of a base in the bottom. It's called raft layers. And that thing makes a bigger base around it than the part's bottom would normally be. And that really does a great job at holding your parts while it's printing. And if you put the correct settings, these things peel off so easily. If you go with the factory settings that it has on there, getting these things off is a nightmare, and you'll probably never want to use it. But stick around, I'm actually going to show you guys how to do that at the end of this video. This is what the AMS usually mounts on. This goes straight in the trash for me. Don't use these. This goes on the AMS to hold the spools. There's two colors of these. One's yellow and one's green. Well, two yellow, two green, and they go on the correct positionings. I'll show you that in a second. This is the actual AMS unit. This is what holds the spools, and this is what we're going to be mounting on top of the A1. This right here, it's a separate spool holder. If you're not going to be using the AMS, I personally don't use these, straight in the trash. This is one of the main bodies. This is the toolkit that comes with the A1s. It's a bunch of tools in there and little replacement parts that you could use. Sorry, these are actually the lubes and replacement parts. This is a newer set that I bought. It usually comes in a little container, a little plastic tray, but this is the first time I'm seeing this. They probably changed this out now. I just bought these printers a few days ago, so they're all a bunch of spare parts and screws that you're going to use to assemble the machine together. This is a little piano music handbox winding kit. It's very funny how Bambu Labs sends you a bunch of little hardwares that you could print and put on and actually create an item. I really like the fact that they do that. It's very cool. Instructions, I don't need it. Trash. This is the actual bed where everything will be mounting onto, and this is where the items will print onto. So your build plate goes on this, and then that fits over here, which I'll show you shortly. And basically that's the base of the A1 printer. These are just some basic PLAs that they send with. I don't use it. These are what are going to connect to the AMS and onto the tool head, the extrusion head. This is where all your PLAs will travel through. This is the little power wire that it comes with. It connects over here. And these are really cool. They're Bambu Labs swatches, so it has all the colors in there. I probably have like 20 of these. I don't need it. Straight to the trash. All right, let's get to it. So we're going to cut off all of these little zip ties that they use to hold it in place. Out, out. Trash. Take out all these. Take out all these. And that is the bed ready to go. Put this here. Next, we want to take this apart. So we're going to cut these. Careful not to cut any wires or damage it. It's a very simple packing system that they use, but it works really well. That was one of my prints just finishing. I love the sound of that, especially when it goes right. Okay, I think that's all there is to take off from here. Next thing I want to do is take these off the top of the AMS. Slides right off. I'm going to cut these two. All right, let's set this here and start assembling the frame. Okay, so what I like to do is tape this out and put it to the side. And then what we're gonna do from here, it's a little tricky, but it's not that tricky. So we take this at an angle like this, and we literally just position it and drop it in place. Boom, just like that. Next, we will find our screws. Let's see, this is for the base housing, just right here. I'm actually gonna go grab one of these older ones and show you. It's so much better. I don't know why they did that. They're kind of cheaping out with these tools, but I'll be right back. So here's how they used to come, in a little tray with all the screws and all the tools in place. I really like that. And the tools they sent, the Allen keys, so much nicer. Look at that, compared to what this is. That's kind of boring, but I'll go ahead and use these. So I start off with dropping these screws in, where you see the greens, that's screws. So I start off by that, just to hold it in place. And you don't have to tighten them too hard either. And then we're gonna pop this little back piece out. This slides out. You want to move this wire over. Boom. And then there's a bunch more screws you got to drop in here. So far we're down to 4 screws. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, oops, 8, 9, and 10. So we are going to have to screw these down before we move the bed again, or else it'll collide. So that's 1 screw down. That's the second one. You do not have to torque this too much, just hand tighten it, don't break things. It already has a good fixture in the bottom where it holds it in place. This is just so it doesn't slide up and down basically. So that's 2 screws down. That's the third. This one's going to be your 4th screw. That's your 5th screw right here. This is going to be your 6th screw. This is the 7th screw. That's the 9th screw. So far we have 10 screws in. Now we could push the bed and put the last 2 screws, which will sit in the front right here. I'm going to turn this around right for you. So that'll be your 11th screw, and this would be number 12. Following along? Pretty simple. Okay, now we are going to turn this on the side like this. And in the bottom, we're going to go ahead and plug these wirings in. So this one just slides right in. It's just one USB wire right here. Slides right in through there. Sorry, this angle's a little hard for me. Boom, you just pop it in. Oops. Yeah, so you gotta press it down here while it's down here, and then you slide it up, and that locks it in place. Next, you're gonna plug in your camera wire, as such. And then this one is the X motor wire, as such. And then right here, they have a little tape in the bottom. We're gonna undo that. We're gonna plug this in first. This is for the Z motor. And then what I like to do is kind of tuck it where both sides have enough slack so it doesn't keep popping out and getting jammed underneath your printer. And I hold this in place and just click this lock, and that holds that in place. Then you take your Allen key. There's one little screw right here that will hold this from sliding down and coming out. I just stick that tape back on. You never know when you'll need it. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the bottom part. We could go ahead and slide on this little cover. And to tell you the truth, I've done this before. I'm gonna go ahead and loop these rails while I'm at it, because it's gonna ask me to do it as soon as I turn it on, and then I could just click that it's done. And it's these that we're lubing right here in the bottom, these little rails. And there's one over here. Okay. They do sell that downloadable files where it just matches the groove, and you could just use a little plastic tool, print it, and lube it like that, but my finger works just well, so I'm gonna stick to that. It's just a waste of time downloading things and trying to print stuff when you have your trusty finger. And then we could use one of these boxes that I'm not gonna keep. Clean my finger. Bam, done. All right, so now let's put this cover back on. You just literally slide it in and lock it in place. That's it. This screen is also really nifty on the A1. You could put it this way or that way, depending how you got your printer set up. I usually have mine face to me like this when I'm working on them or using them, so I always have mine positioned this way. So now that that's done, we are going to start breaking all these little supports off. And normally if you don't change the settings, this is going to be a pain in the butt. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that to make it easier for y'all. And I'll also show you one more thing that you guys need. These blades came with my Bambu printers, but I don't see it in here. This one's very useful for for 3D printing, and I'll show you why. For one, you could pop off parts off of the build plates. You could use it for this textured plate as well. But two, these things, whenever there's flat surfaces, you could just literally scrape them off and they come out so much cleaner and easier. Bambu does sell these, so if you do not get one with your printer like I didn't, you could definitely buy one. I would suggest having it. It's very useful. Okay. Cool. So that one's done. All right. Let's clean that one too. Taking the supports off is pretty therapeutic to me. I don't know, it's kind of annoying sometimes because it takes long, but if you print it correctly, they come off so easily, like this. It's actually fun for me doing this. Look how easy that snaps off. And it's all because of the settings I used to print these supports. I'm sure if you've printed before and you're watching this video, you know how hard those things pop off, and this thing's like a breeze right now. These will be for the base plate, not the base plate, but the legs behind. These will be sitting back here because when you put the AMS on top, it does add a little bit of weight, and this thing definitely helps support it and keep it in place so this doesn't move up top too much, messing up the machine and the way it works. And this thing is designed by Bambu Labs itself, so you could trust it. I haven't had any issues because of this. I actually really like it a lot. All my A1s have these on there. That's the first thing I do when I get an A1. It's like a mandatory upgrade for me. Those are done. And when you download this from Bambu Labs, they come with like a 10 or 15% infill, I think. I usually up that. It takes a lot longer to print. I do like a 35, but since I'm using these machines every day, non-stop working, like to me, I rather have it stronger and take long than to not be able to withstand the use force that I use it for. And these little filaments, you could literally use the Allen key they provide you with to pop them off. And we got to break this back part off a little bit. There you go. Maybe that helps it come out easier. We're gonna get it. Okay, we'll leave this aside. I'll use a drill bit for that. I'll break this. This is like a little threaded screw that works alongside with this one. This little piece. This piece is part of I believe 1, 2, 3, and 4 pieces. These all connect to each other. And I'll show you in a second once I'm done breaking off all these filaments. I mean these supports. And I do recommend always cleaning these up really well, because when you put them together, it's plastic and it's printed, so sometimes they go in really hard. So the cleaner it is, the more smoother your actual installation process will be. So do take your time. I'm rushing through it because I've done this so many times, but feel free to pause and do this at your own pace, because you do want to do it right and not have to reprint parts because you broke it because it wasn't clean enough, and when you snap them together, they didn't fit. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these. A little fun fact while I'm doing this, if you've watched my previous videos, you know I tend to move a lot, and I stopped making videos again because I ended up moving again. This time I moved to a new state and kind of got tired of California, so I thought it'd be cool to make a change after 35 years and move to a new state. So here I am again, starting from scratch, building my workshop and everything. But I have been doing a lot of YouTube shorts and TikTok, and those videos are actually picking off. So thank you guys for actually supporting me and supporting me in my journey and helping me create more content by following and liking and engaging with my posts. I really do appreciate that. I realized I do love making content. It's fun, especially when people interact with it. It's a pretty good feeling. I like it. Okay, so we're just about finishing up with the AMS light mounts. We're gonna go ahead and install all of this, and then we'll do the drag chain. We'll do the drag chain together after we install the AMS light unit. These will be going on top of the AMS. They fit around here somewhere like this, and they guide the tubes that the the filament goes through. One's a little shorter than the other one. I have to check on my other printers which way it went, if this one went here, if this one went here, but we'll do that shortly. Okay, so let's throw this away, clean up the workspace, put these aside. All right, so we start off with these two. It literally slides in, you twist it, you pop this in right here, and then you use this screw to tighten that. As hard as you can, it doesn't have to be too snug. Next, this says AMS light for stiffener C-clamp. Oh yeah, and here's the blade actually. It did come with this new A1 as well. That's the blade I'm talking about. You could print a plastic handle like this, and this thing lasts a long time. This is from my first 3D printer, so out of all of them, I've been using one this whole time, and it's still as sharp as could be. I do take care of my stuff, but I've been very careful with it, only using it on plastics, but this is like one of your best friends that you could have when you're 3D printing. So make sure you do print this. Bambu Labs does have the file for this. I'll go ahead and link that in the description as well. Right. Let's put this away. This is an extra screw. Okay, this is for top mount latch. We're gonna use that. All right. So we got this ready. We have all our screws here. Next, what we're gonna do is connect this piece to this, and I want this to be facing me as such. So this will go on the machine like this. You wanna have 1 and 2 in the back, and then 3 and 4 in the front. So let's go ahead and screw these down. This is stiffener C-clamp, stiffener top mount latch for AMS stand. That's what we're gonna use. The original stand takes 8 screws, but this mount that Bambu created only takes 4, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. That's 1 screw, 2 screws, flip it around, that's 3 screws, and this will be your 4th and final screw for the top part of it. So here we have these color-coded parts that hold the actual filaments in place. So green, we'll go with green. You just literally spin this around in there until it catches its place and pop it in. This is also green, so we need a yellow one on this side with yellow. Just pop it in, press it. Green with green, yellow with yellow. Boom, that's it. So next from here, let's move these guys out of the way. We are going to literally, we got to put this screw on. This screw for this that didn't pop off actually. I have to get this to pop out first. Bam. There you go. So next we're going to install this here. Let's clean that up a little. Remember, you always want to keep these clean so they fit in correctly. Same with this side. Okay. So this says for top mount latch. So those are the 2 screws we're going to use. I personally like driving these in a little bit before I put this in there. It helps me align it better. Here we are. Just until it's barely sticking out. You want to tighten it just until it's barely sticking out from the sides. And once you do this one time, like, it goes so quick. Oh. Had my microwave go on. That's crazy. I guess you could say I finally used my microwave. All right, we're getting close to protruding out. So next we're gonna grab our latch, align it. You could even close it. And there. This one caught. I'm gonna do the other side before I tighten it down all the way. Just make sure both of them are in. You gotta be careful doing this. Sometimes, like I said, if you don't clean your prints well enough, there is plastic stuck in there, and then you end up breaking these and then have to spend another 30 minutes to an hour reprinting it. So take your time, clean it up, do it once, do it right. You're never gonna have to touch this once you set it up, most likely. So you unlatch that. We want 1 and 2 on the back. So you slide this through and position it like this and drop it down. And then you center it. I think that's pretty center to me. And all you do from there is just pull this latch up, it locks, and done. Next we could connect this AMS wire. It has 2 ports right here. You could connect to either one, it doesn't matter. And once I do that, I try not to get any oil on my plates, so you should probably do the same if you want good bed adhesion. I'm gonna snap my plate into place as such. And from here, we're gonna go ahead and do these mounts. So these mounts, when you print them, they come with these little circular cylinders that you just pop in. They're kind of like shocks. It's like springy, and it holds your machine better and keeps it from vibrating too much. I really think that's such a cool little design that Bambu Labs made. And then these will connect like such, and it has it labeled on there. This is for the right side, so this would go over here. And this one is for the left side, which would go over here. And putting these on is a little bit tricky, but I'm gonna show it to you right now. So next we're gonna pop these on. This goes over here. This is for, I believe, the left side it's labeled. I can't find the label, but I know it goes on this side. It's gonna connect over here. And then this one goes on this side, it connects over here. And these are a little tricky to put on, but I'm gonna show you how to do it. It's pretty easy once you get it. So this you grab just like this, and you put it in from the thin side. And this is labeled left, by the way, so this is our left side, it says. So you put it in, and then we twist. Once that's in, you put this in the groove, and you slide that down, open these up, and it'll just click in just like that. Same thing for this one. We're gonna go ahead and put this side in, and then we twist. Then we grab this, and we slide it in, and it literally clicks in place. So this is labeled for stiffener on there. It says for stiffener. I don't know if my camera would catch it, but that's what it's labeled. So we take those screws out, and there's 4 for each one. So let me turn this around and work this way. You might have to press these in a little bit so it fits snug and actually fits the holes. But once you get one on each side, you don't really have to hold it anymore. But that's one. And that one is 2. And there's actually another bag over here which has extras, and these screws seem to be a little bit longer. And this one says for AMS light and for stiffener C-clamp. So I'm gonna go ahead and use these instead. I'm not gonna replace the other 2. I don't care. This thing fits on so strong that you don't really have to worry about it. So that'll be our 4 screws right now in, and we'll be done with that one. Let's do the other side. This thing could be a little time consuming, but I think it's worth it. I mean, these printers print for me on the regular almost 24 hours a day. They don't stop. I'm always printing. So I think it's so worth spending an hour or so and then a couple days prep time. Once you have a few printers, it's much easier. And the way I set these files up is I'm able to print 2 of these setups on one build plate. So I've crammed them up on one plate. The print time is about like 16 or 17 hours for 2 of them. I just let it ride overnight. Like, I don't care. I have so many printers that I could just print these all day and and not have to worry about it occupying my printers. But what you could do is if you order a few, you can always just start printing before your printers even get there, or just have them ready. Have them ready without even having to wait on the machine to come and then you start printing. And then these screws, I started putting it without showing you, but this also helps a lot. You don't have to put them. I usually put at least one up top for each side. And you might have to play around a little bit with it to get the hole. There you go. Yeah, I don't have it on any of the other machines really. I only put them on the tops. I don't really care about the bottoms. It's super strong. Like it will not be going anywhere, I promise you. I have so much print hours on my machines that it works. And from here, we didn't get to install the purge wipe. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. It's this piece right here. We're literally gonna slide it in from the back. Boom. And then over here, you'll see a screw for purge wiper. This one's a little tricky getting in as well, but we'll get it. It's all the way in the bottom right here. Bam. So with that being done, next we're gonna go ahead and install our tubes. It doesn't matter where you put what, so you don't have to really worry about that, but I do like keeping mine correct, so I'll try to align it with this tab so it doesn't look funky. It looks much cleaner when you have him straight. So this short one goes up top in the front, and then the longer one, the taller one, goes up in the back right here. So short one, long one. And then from here, you have short tubes and long tubes. I assume, and the way I've been doing it, is I put the short ones in the front because they don't have to travel as far back. You just put it in this little area, this little black thing, and just press in, snaps in place. Same deal with this one. Just bring it in, press it in the black lock connect, and it snaps right into place. And again, these don't matter which side you put them on. You will be doing that all in the app or in the program with the computer once you load up your filament. So that's that. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug this power wire in the back. I'm gonna go ahead and connect my machine. And while it's getting set up, it's gonna do a couple tests and things like that. It's gonna calibrate itself. Then in the meanwhile, we'll be assembling our chain links and we'll be done with the machine. We'll just load up a filament and we'll do a little talk about what I print and how I print it with these machines. And I hope you're enjoying it so far. So I plugged it in, flipped the switch in the back. Let's bring it here. Oh. Just click start, English, North America, connect to Wi-Fi. I'm gonna turn that to me for 1 second. Put my password in. Hey, don't look. I said, don't look. Don't look. Oh. Just kidding, guys. All right, now it's connecting. Where does the microwave keep going on? Stop. Bad place to put one. All right, use Bambu Handy app to scan and log in. Say less. Got my phone. All right. Let's get to my camera. Scan, Bambu Labs. Open in Bambu Handy app. It says read and accept. I don't need to read and accept. I know I'll be using it regardless of their terms and conditions. Now it's just binding. It has a printer name. I label mine, so I'm gonna label this A1 16. That way I could keep track of them. And that's it. It's set up on my app. I could control all my printers through my app or through my computer. Over here, it's saying to do a calibration now. So I'm gonna go ahead and press start. It's gonna home all accesses, figure out what it's got going on. And in the meanwhile, we're gonna start working on those. That don't sound too good, does it? I don't remember if my other A1s did that sound, but home all access. Oh. I know what's going on. That's something new as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it off so it doesn't break itself. I didn't notice, which I just noticed now, and that's really interesting because none of my other Bambu A1s had this, but check this out. I'm gonna unplug this, turn it around. They have little shipping tabs. Stop. So you have to take these out. I thought that looked weird, but I thought maybe it's something new they added, but I was wrong. You have to take these out. You have to take these out. And before they would just use a lot more zip ties. I don't know if you've had a Bambu A1 before, but these used to be zip ties, and now they're not. So I have to figure out how this works. Does it just pop off? Yes, you just slide it off. So let's do the same on this side. Well, good thing I learned about this because I have another machine to assemble right after this one. I'm going to use that one for making a quicker version of this video, and I also post those same shorts on TikTok. Bam, so you don't need these. Let's turn it back around, plug it in, turn it on, and try this one more time. I always keep these screws. You end up using it for something, so I just save them and put them in the bags. Okay, start. English, North America, select Wi-Fi. Thought it would remember that. Now I have to tell you to stop looking again. I got that in the first try with my fat fingers. That's amazing. Such a bad place to put a microwave. All right, refreshing. Probably gonna have to set this up one more time. Just hit skip. There you go. Okay, I've agreed to that already. Skip. Now we hit start. It's gonna home all access. It's gonna calibrate itself. It's gonna do noise dampening, sound dampening, vibration dampening, and it will be ready to print. So in the meanwhile, we'll get back to this drag chain assembly, and that's for this chain right here. You see how it sticks out? This thing sticks out and it's really annoying. If you have printers sitting next to each other, sometimes they hook and causes failed prints, or even worse, could mess up your machine. Let's turn this around. Pop these little things off. This is gonna slide in here, I believe this way, from top to the bottom. And this thing's so cool. It's really built nice. I love this design. This will go in here, and then that will just pop in place. And once we're done with it all, we're literally gonna snap that right there. It has little clips, pops right in. Update. So while it's updating, I'm gonna turn this way and lift this up. We have all our pieces right here. We're gonna start with one of these facing me this way. Bring that down a little bit. Okay. Then we're gonna put one of these facing the opposite way and build up from there. And I have all my machines the same way. You could probably put this in reverse order, but I'm a little OCD and I like making sure. Hold up. There's actually one issue here that I just saw. This has to be turned this way, so it'll hold it in place much better. So that piece goes in like that. Let's lift this up for a second. There, that snaps in place. This goes here, and we continue to build our chain. Boom. And you might be left with a few extra ones. I think the file gives you a few extra just in case you need it. But we'll see how many this will take. And again, pretty straightforward, and it doesn't take too long to do, but definitely will save you down the line on future prints and making sure your machine doesn't get messed up, or your prints. So if you're like me and you're going to be using your machines 24/7, this is definitely something you want to do. Okay, once I get up here, I'm going to stop. Next, we're going to install this piece, and this literally gets held down by 4 screws, these tabs, and this plastic piece. So this just slides in as such into here, and then we're going to use this one for the top piece. Sorry, this one for the bottom piece, this one for the top piece, and the 2 screws. And that just holds this clip in place. That was my baby in the background. She's awake now, so you might hear her throughout the video. Sorry about that. All right, our update's done as well, which is a good sign. And we're gonna put the bottom one. This one also has a little prong on it, which holds the rest of these chains together. So you wanna install the prong facing this way inwards. All right. And from here, we'll go ahead and pop on our last piece, which would be one of these. That one goes here, and then this clicks into the top as such. And we have our drag chain. They do have this little starter for this side, but I'm not going to use that. It's if you want to do this wire right here, which I won't be using. I let this hang. I don't want any extra stuff. But look how cool this is. And you could actually flip it backwards. Hang on. One time. And it'll stay there. Look how cool that is. Definitely worth the time. And now that we've updated, we'll hit back. Latest firmware, perfect, back. That's that. Now let's load up our filaments. Lately, I've been a big fan of Overture. It is starting to get pretty expensive. They are not too cheap, but it's good filament. For demonstration, I'm going to be using one pink. And one of my famous red. I don't know about y'all, but I love the color red. So I'll be putting this on number 3. That's how I have my machine set up, all of them. So if I'm not home and I need to start a print, I could literally just send it through with my app. And this one, doesn't matter where I put it, I rarely use it. I might start using it. There's a really cool file I saw. So I'm just gonna put that on number 2 for now. Just pop that in, stick the filament through the AMS, and it'll do the rest for us. Okay, see, this is where it says time to lubricate the Y axis guide rails. We already did that. I'm gonna hit done. Then we go to print files. Let's just do the scraper grip. We're gonna use AMS. Hit next. Over here, we do have to put some info. Which would be much easier on my phone, honestly, than that. I usually do this with the computer. So I'll just hop into my Bambu app. We'll hit up A16. You click filament. And then over here, so I have, this is, let me see, which one was this? This is for number 2. That was pink. So we hit that. And then we put the filament type. It has the Overture. This is Overture matte. Save. Boom. And then the third one was red. We hit filament type, Overture, Overture matte, save. Now it's really cool because you could do nozzle temperatures over here, but for some reason it doesn't let me do it with the app. But you could preset that in the software on actual Bambu software. So that's done. Now we're just gonna hit. We want it to print with the red one. And we hit print. Please select the filament corresponding to the model color. We don't care about that. There you go. I guess it's gonna print in pink. I guess that was the corresponding model number or color. But that's how you set it up, guys. This AMS setup, mounting up top, is so sick to me. I do this on every single machine I have. So is this chain link. If you're gonna have multiple machines sitting next to each other, you're gonna love this guy. And it looks so cool. It makes your printers look really nice. These are mods that I guaranteed recommend you guys do. It literally costs you nothing but some filament and time, but it's so worth it. It's really nice. It's super sturdy. You can see over here, even this top is sturdy. And it has flex, but it's nothing. Like really, it prints very well with it. I wanted to show you guys a couple of the items that I've been printing with these A1s. and why I love the A1 so much. So here I have a couple of the items I've been printing with the A1, and this one's an Iron Man mask. I could literally wear it, fit it on my head. As you see, I love Milwaukee. I'm a contractor. I go out in the field and I work. I get down and dirty. I don't just 3D print. This is Cali Wood Connection. At the end of the day, you guys know I work with wood, CNC working, milling, things like this, building homes, framing, electrical. I do it all. So I love Milwaukee. This has kind of been my thing. I've been printing a lot of Milwaukee stuff lately. This is a little Iron Man mask that I did Milwaukee theme. I don't know if you guys like KAWS. I do collectibles. I own a lot of KAWS collectibles, and I was looking at it and I was like, man, how cool would it be to have a Milwaukee one of this? So I've been printing all of these with my A1s and they come out fantastic. I could put this machine next to my X1 and you will not be able to tell the difference of which one printed these files. For the money, I would really recommend getting the A1, because for me, if you print things for a living and you sell stuff, it's really cool to have 4 machines compared to 1 machine. I could print 4 times the amount of stuff with the same amount that I spend on 4 machines compared to getting an X1, and optimally with a couple workarounds such as putting a raft layer and making your base a little wider and making your support branches a little thicker, you could totally get away with using an A1. A little drawback of the A1 is that it's a little bit slower than the X1 and the P1S, but when it comes to color printing, the A1 is definitely faster than the X1 because it has all 4 of these filaments connected to one head compared to the X1 where it has only 1 filament connected to the head, and you would have to withdraw all that filament out, put the new one in, and that just eats up times when you're switching back and forth between colors. So all in all, the reason behind me using the A1s is because I could get 4 of them compared to the price of 1 X1, and ultimately it's so amazing because 4 printers are always going to be faster than 1. I don't care what anybody says, it's just the truth. This is how it is. And that's why, to me, I go with the A1. I have a lot of these. I have a lot more A1s than I have X1s and P1s, and I am planning on growing my farm. I wanna expand and have like 100 printers. I don't have the demand for it just yet, but as I work with it and start building connections, I'm starting to get a lot more requests of custom files and things that people want built. So this is my little review of the A1. I think it's a fantastic machine. For the price, you will not find a better printer. Prove me wrong. If you think there is any other printers that would beat the A1 at the price range, please leave it in the comment. I'd love to look into it. But from my experience, Bambu it's like a refined piece of printing machine. It's refined. It's like an Apple. Everything is already set, done for you. All you gotta do is just press play, print. There's a couple workarounds that you have to do with the A1s, not gonna lie, but those are things that you learn along the way, and it just simplifies as time goes by. So if you were thinking about getting a 3D printer, I would definitely start with this one. The price is right, it works really well, it's faster on the color prints, it's a little bit slower on single color prints than the X1 and the P1S, but I would take that over paying 2K or 1,500 or 1,000 or 800 or 900. Over that reason, I would definitely stick with the A1S. So if you like my video, you like my content, please like, subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments below. If there's anything you'd like to add on to this video, we'd love to hear it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I always love answering questions. And I'm really happy to be back doing another video for you guys. So hopefully I could find some more cool topics to make some videos on and share it with you guys. And hopefully we get the same love back. So you guys have a great one. Thank you for watching Cali Woodworks.